In a small village nestled between the whispering hills of the Himalayas, where the dawn mist kissed the banyan leaves and the river sang lullabies to the stones, there lived a potter named Omer and his son. Hermit Omer was known far and wide for the life he breathed into clay. His pots gleamed like the moon after rain. His hands, browned and worn, could coax beauty from a lump of earth as though the soil itself obeyed him. People said that even the gods drank from his vessels. But Ahmad, his only son, despised the sight of it. He hated the sticky feel of clay under his nails, the heavy wheel that moaned as it turned, the dust that clung to his lashes. Every morning he would see his father bent over the spinning wheel, singing softly, shaping pots with love and patience, and he would turn away with a scowl. "This isn't life," Ahmad would mutter, "to be forever buried in mud." His father would smile gently, as if he had heard the wind whispering to him. "Clay is not mud, my son," Omer would say. "It is the skin of the earth. What you shape from it, you shape from yourself." But Ahmad did not listen. He longed to leave the village, to wear clean clothes, to walk in cities where men wrote with pens instead of turning wheels. He dreamt of gold, not earth and brown. So one dawn, without a word, he packed a small bundle and left home. After many days of walking, Ahmad came upon a great city. The gates were tall and carved with stone elephants. The markets rang with music and coins. Everything sparkled. Silks, jewels, polished brass. Ahmad's eyes widened. "This is where I belong," he said. He found work as a servant to a merchant who traded in glassware. Ahmad polished the shining cups and bowls till his reflection gleamed in them. He felt proud. "This," he thought, "is finer than my father's dull pots." But one day when the merchant was away, a careless elbow sent a shelf of crystal tumbling. The sound of shattering glass echoed through the courtyard. Ahmad's hands trembled. He tried to gather the pieces, but they cut him, fine, invisible wounds that stung and bled. When the merchant returned, his fury was like fire. Ahmad was thrown into the street, his pay withheld. He wandered the city, his hands bandaged, his heart sore with shame. He sat by a fountain and looked at the water swirling within a marble bowl. A strange thought came to him. If my father had made this, it would not break so easily. But pride is a thick clay that hardens around the heart. Ahmad pushed the thought away. For months, Ahmad drifted from place to place, a helper in inns, a carrier of loads, a cleaner of stables. The shine of the city dulled. The gold turned to dust. He began to hear the call of his village in his dreams, the sound of the wheel turning, the scent of wet earth after rain. One evening, weary and lost, he came to a forest where a broad river curved like a silver snake. There, beside the water, sat an old hermit, shaping a small lamp from clay. Ahmad laughed bitterly. "Even here I find someone covered in mud." The hermit smiled without looking up. "And even here the mud finds you." Ahmad frowned. "I left my father's house to escape this. Clay only dirties a man." The hermit dipped his hands in the river and said, "Does the river dirty the stone it touches, or does it shape it smooth?" Ahmad watched the clay lamp in the hermit's hand, how it took form slowly, patiently, spinning between his fingers. There was something peaceful about the way the man worked. As though the river and the pot and his breath were one rhythm, the hermit offered the half-made lamp to Ahmad. "Here, you finish it." "I don't know how," Ahmad said. "Then the clay will teach you." Reluctantly, Ahmad touched it. The moment his hands met the cool, pliant surface, old memories stirred. The smell of his father's workshop, the songs he used to hum. His fingers pressed too hard and the lamp sagged. The hermit laughed softly. "You must learn to guide, not to force. Clay resists the proud hand but follows the gentle one." Ahmad tried again, and this time the shape held. The hermit set the lamp aside to dry, lit a small fire and said, "Every life is like clay. The wheel turns whether we wish it or not. What matters is how steady our hands are as we spin." Ahmad sat by the fire till dawn, watching the first light glimmer on the drying lamp. For the first time he felt quiet inside. When he turned to thank the hermit, the old man was gone. Only the lamp remained, hardened and perfect, though Ahmad swore it had no cracks when he last saw it wet. He carried the lamp with him as he walked home. When Ahmad returned to the village after 2 years, his father's hair had turned white as river foam. Haran was still at his wheel, singing the same slow tune, shaping a pot that caught the morning sun like gold. Ahmad hesitated at the doorway. His father looked up, smiled and said, "Ah, the river brings back what it takes." Tears filled Ahmad's eyes. "Father, I have come back with nothing but this." He held out the little clay lamp. Umar took it gently, turning it over in his palm. "This is well made. The hands that shaped this have learned to listen." Ahmad told him of his journey, the shattered glass, the hermit, the words by the river. Harun listened silently, then placed the lamp before his wheel. "Every potter," he said, "must learn 3 things: the patience of the earth, the rhythm of the wheel, and the humility to be shaped by both." He motioned for Ahmad to sit beside him. Together they turned the wheel. The old man's hands guided the clay and Dev's followed. They shaped bowls, lamps, jars. For the first time, Dev did not see mud. He saw possibility, the promise of form hidden in formlessness. When evening came, his father said, "The earth is like us, Ahmad. It breaks, it hardens, it softens again. But every time we work with it, we learn what it means to begin anew." Ahmad bowed his head, understanding at last what his father had always meant. Years passed, and Umar grew too weak to turn the wheel. Ahmad became the village potter, known far beyond the hills. His work had a grace that seemed to breathe, no 2 pieces alike, each carrying a touch of his soul. One day a drought came. The river shrank to a trickle, the earth cracked and the people grew desperate. The village elders came to Ahmad and said, "You who know the secrets of the clay, make us a vessel to hold the last water of the river. If your pot breaks, our hope will break with it." Ahmad went to the riverbank where he had met the hermit years ago. He dug the clay with reverence, mixed it with tears, and shaped a pot so wide and smooth that even the wind held its breath as it dried. When it was ready, the villagers filled it with the last of the river's water and placed it in the temple. That night, as the moon rose, the pot began to hum, a low, soft song like a mother's lullaby. The people came out of their homes, listening in wonder. By dawn, rain began to fall, and first a drizzle, then a downpour that filled every jar and well. They called it the pot that sang. Ahmad said nothing. But in his heart he knew that the river, the clay, and the song were all one, and that his father's wisdom had finally come full circle. Years later, when Ahmad's hair had turned to silver, a young apprentice came to him, a restless boy with sharp eyes and clean hands. "Master," the boy said, "I wish to learn your art, but tell me, why must we work with clay?" "It is dirty and crude," Ahmad smiled, remembering his own youth. He placed a lump of clay in the boy's palm and said, "Because only what comes from the earth can teach you to stand upon it." He showed the boy how to center the clay on the wheel. "It will wobble if your heart wobbles. It will collapse if your breath is uneven. Learn to steady yourself and the world steadies with you." And under the old banyan tree, the wheel turned once again, patient, eternal, singing the song of creation. My dear listener, the world today spins faster than any potter's wheel. We rush to polish glass that shatters at a touch. Our ambitions, our gadgets, our glittering goals. But life, like clay, asks for patience. It asks that we place our hands upon it gently and let it teach us balance. The potter's son learned that what we despise in our youth may hold the key to our wholeness. Clay, in its humility, became his mirror, showing him that creation begins not with power, but with stillness. So when your days feel unshaped or messy, remember the earth under your feet. Shape it with care. Let your hands and your heart learn the rhythm of the wheel. For the true art of living is not in escaping the clay, but in becoming its master.